Thank you, Jolly, for that wonderful introduction. I appreciate that. And on behalf of State Superintendent Dr. Jennifer McCormick, welcome. And I can't believe it's the first special education conference. You know, as a superintendent, we had law conferences all the time, but to have this one being the first special education law conference, it kind of just blew me away. So Jolly, thank you so much for putting this together and working so hard, because we all know we're all educators. And we all are rule followers, and we want to follow the rules, we want to follow the law. So a conference like this gives us that information that we need, the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to ask questions. And so how about just a hand for Jolly and Indiana IEP? We are so appreciative. And I told Jolly I want to tell a little story this morning. I was a teacher for 16 years, and then I don't know what happened. Somebody pushed me a little bit too hard, and I ended up in administration. And for the next 13 years, I was a building level administration, and 7 years after that for central office administration. But my first principalship was in a different school district, and I spent most of my time in Northern Wales community schools as a social studies teacher, biology teacher, head wrestling coach, football coach. And so my first principalship was in Northwest Allen County Schools. Principal of Carroll Middle School. How many familiar with Northwest Allen, Carroll Middle School? Kind of know what I'm talking about? Well, I took over with some veteran teachers, new principal, veteran teachers. And it didn't take me too long to understand that a lot of my veteran teachers were stuck in their ways, and they like to do things their way. I discovered that some of my veteran teachers didn't think they had to follow an IEP. That was 19 years ago, so I hope that's not happening anymore. It must be, I hear a few chuckles, that you may have teachers who are hesitant to do that. And so what I did was, we belong to the Indiana School Boards Association. They have attorneys that they have, actually I brought in Lisa Tanzel, and she kind of was their, well, I think she is their expert in special education law, and she was able to get the message to my teachers that you must do this. So I guess my advice is, if you learn things during this conference and you question, oh, you know what, I don't think we're quite following the law in my school district, okay, you must go back and make sure that that's taken care of, and that you address that. And so I hope that this is going to be one of those things that just affirms for us what we're supposed to do, provides us more knowledge, and gets us some information that we need. One of the things I always like to share whenever I'm asked to do welcomes or anything and be in front of a large group like this is to make sure that you know that the Indiana Department of Education, our goal is Gold Star customer service. We want to assist you whenever you can, and we want you to know that it's easy to get a hold of us, okay? And I don't know if a lot of you are really comfortable interacting with the Indiana Department of Education, but you need to be, okay? And you need to know how to do it. So what I have up here is the organizational chart. If you go, or just Google IDOE to our main page, on the right-hand column, there will be a list of things, and the very first thing is organizational chart. Click on that organizational chart. And I don't know, it's 11 or 12 pages. This is the first page of the organizational chart. You see Dr. McCormick at the top. You see all the blue is Dr. McCormick's cabinet. And you see the people at the top, the blue like me, we call them chiefs, okay? And then under chiefs are directors. And as you go to different pages, there'll be a whole page like, as Jolly said, I'm over school safety, special education, title supports and grants, and school improvement. And there's a page for each of those. So if you think in your mind there's a certain area or specialist that you need to ask a question about, as you scroll through this, their email is there. And Dr. McCormick's rule is 24-hour turnaround. You send an email to the Indiana Department of Education, the expectation is 24 hours, you'll get an answer. My expectation as Chief of Academics is 24 minutes. I'm serious. We want that immediate turnaround. We want to get back to you the same day, because normally, a lot of times I should say, when you reach out, you need an answer now, okay? And we want to get that answer to you as quickly as we can. And if you ever find that you're not able to find the answer that you want, please reach out to me. I probably won't have the answer, but I will know who has the answer, and I will connect you to that person. So email me, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. So, Jolly, I think I've used up most of my time. But again, I'm so fortunate to have Jolly and everyone that we get to work with. I'm so happy to have the opportunity to address you, and have a great 2-day conference. Thank you.